In recent years, there have been several cases of school officials searching student cars.
Oftentimes, school officials will have reasons to suspect students of carrying illegal or dangerous items that put the school's safety at risk.
The issue is whether or not school officials should be able to search a student's car.
We believe the judicial branch's ruling of the New Jersey State versus Thomas Best allowing school officials to search student cars is a good thing for Swiss Ranch High School and our community.
Thomas Best was an 18-year-old student who was caught distributing drugs at school. The school officials then searched his car and found bags of marijuana as well as other drugs, including green pills and white powder.
The school officials in this case were represented by the state of New Jersey.
Thomas Best argues that school officials can't search students' cars under the violation of his Fourth Amendment rights.
Others who support Thomas say the school needed a warrant to search his car, and that this would qualify as unreasonable search and seizure.
Although Thomas Best has a strong counter-argument, we in the U.S. Supreme Court and the state of New Jersey, however, disagree over these claims.
We agree with the state of New Jersey. School officials should be able to search student cars.
At most high schools in the U.S., there is a zero-tolerance policy for drugs, alcohol, and other substances. That policy allows administrative inspections of students' lockers, bags, purses, and backpacks in the interest of school safety and discipline, and the enforcement of school regulation.
Under the circumstances of this case, it was reasonable for the school officials to believe that Thomas Best may have additional contraband in all areas accessible to him on school property, including his locker and his car. Consequently, school officials' search of Thomas Best's car was reasonably related to various locations on school property that Thomas might have placed his contraband, including on his person, his locker, or even his car.
Justice Byron White stated, quote, "School officials need not obtain a warrant before searching a student who is under their authority," end quote.
The U.S. Supreme Court took up the matter and adopted a stronger position, saying school officials needed reasonable suspicion and not the usual probable cause and warrant normally required to search someone.
Okay. In regards to reasonable suspicion, for administration, which would be the principals or designees, counselor, vice principals, all you need is a reasonable amount of suspicions to search a student or even a staff employee on campus. That doesn't carry over to police officers. We need probable cause to go further to effect an arrest. We can act as an agent for the administrator during the search while they're doing reasonable suspicion until it turns into probable cause. Then we can go further with that.
The privacy interests of the student are outweighed by the interest of administrators in maintaining a drug and weapon-free environment.
Here's a clip of Senator Chris Murphy referring to a graph while talking about recent school shootings on Cspan.
This is an absolute epidemic that is happening all across this country. Congress does absolutely nothing about it. Well, the private sector and state legislatures stepped up to the plate to do something about it.
The U.S. Supreme Court has set a certain standard on searching student cars for the rest of the nation to follow.
In a similar case, a student named Jacob Wright parked in the wrong spot in the school parking lot. His car was receiving a parking ticket when a staff member noticed a paintball gun in the front seat.
The search of his car by school officials, who then found 3 guns in the car.
Wright was taken into custody and charged with 3 counts of bringing guns onto school property. They found a .22 caliber pistol, a .38 caliber pistol, and a .30 caliber bolt-action rifle.
I thought it was a little disturbing that someone would bring guns to school, and a little worrying, especially after Sandy Hook.
It's disturbing for any student to hear about guns on school property.
I'm sure it's a lot on people's minds when they hear about guns brought to school. What are they going to do? What are their intentions?
I do think it's pretty serious, though. Like, you never know what someone can do with a gun if they come to school.
Searching students' cars is key to preventing school shootings, drug abuse, and weapons violence in our community. It can save students' lives and help change the life of the student in possession for the better.
Not only does it help create a safe learning environment here at Scripps Ranch High School, but it also provides a less stressful or worryless environment throughout the community.